and then just started climbing and climbing. At that moment, I knew, okay, we can take this Taki jalapeno cream cheese thing to so many different levels.
This episode is brought to you by Portfolio Box, an online portfolio made by creatives for creatives. Hey everyone, hope you guys are having an amazing start to the month of March, as this week we're going straight to the kitchen and we're talking with Woodfire and Whiskey founder Marco Sanchez. From the Central Valley, we're talking all things tacos, pizza, and where he gets these ideas, his concepts, and how fast he's approaching 1 million followers on TikTok. You guys might have seen him on TikTok. Well, we're talking straight to the man himself, Marco Sanchez, and his filmmaking background. Stay locked in. What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another episode. I'm excited for this week, as I'm actually a fan of this week's guest, and he's been sizzling up on social media, especially on TikTok. He's blowing up right now, approaching 1 million followers, and we're talking with Marco Sanchez, aka Woodfire and Whiskey. Welcome to the podcast, Marco.
What's up, man? I'm happy to be on this podcast.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Marco. I'm a huge fan, man. I found you on TikTok, and I'm just learning this whole TikTok, but you seem to you found something there, and before we get into all these nice dishes you've been serving up, talk to us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so I grew up in Daly City, California. I was born and raised in Daly City. Moved to Antioch, California when I was 16, and that's where I spent most of my life. When I was in my 20s, I joined the Army, went to Iraq, did all that, came back in 2009. Well, I got out the military in 2009 and didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I was just kind of lost. Like, okay, I just got out the military. Now what's next?
Yeah.
A buddy of mine, actually the guy that was just here shooting with me, he posted a wedding video back in like late 2009 to Facebook. And I was blown away. I was like, man, this looks incredible. It's a wedding video. So I hit him up and, I was like, how did you get into this business here? And he was like, hey, man, if you want, you could shadow me on one of these wedding shoots coming up.
Yeah.
So, I took him up on that offer. I went and I shot a wedding with him. Well, they shot it. I just kind of, watched them, watched what they do, and I observed. While we were on the shoot, I was so inspired by what this guy was doing that I called my girlfriend at the time, and I told her, hey, I need you to order this, that. Order me a Canon 5D Mark II. I need a 70 to 200. I mean, I dropped like 20 grand. Everything I had saved from being in the military and deployments, I spent it all on camera gear and computer stuff. And I jumped into filmmaking right at that point, just a videographer shooting, weddings and events and corporate stuff. And here I am, about 10, 11 years later, still doing it, in quarantine. It had me at home. I got pretty bored. And that's when I opened up TikTok and everything changed.
Oh man, there's a lot of points that you bring up there, and I mean, one, you're an Army veteran, so I mean, that off the bat, thank you for for your all your duty you've been doing out there. Sometimes it could be tough, but especially when you get out, right? You're looking for that, what's next, right? Like, what am I gonna do? And it's funny that you mentioned weddings, because that's where at least for myself too, I kind of started in doing weddings and events, as being a filmmaker, and I feel like we kind of fall into that, right? Into kind of doing those gigs, because those gigs, you do a gig, it could be big money, So I think maybe that's has like some sort of as far as jumping into those. But it's funny you mentioned how you jumped into TikTok this past year, and that's a lot of people, man, that really either they found something or they were forced onto something, and for you adapted real quick, and here you are, man. You're a big TikTok star. Talk to us about TikTok, man, and like how, at what point did you figure like, man, this is something big?
TikTok is an interesting app. I actually joined TikTok in February of 2020.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Before, like a little bit when everything.
yeah, way before, a little bit before, quarantines were happening. Just to give you a little background, kind of before that, I had been shooting a documentary for 2 years. The stress levels were really high. The company that I was working for, they were getting a ton of work. So, in addition to shooting this really in-depth documentary about California's water issues,
Mm.
I was being sent out to shoot corporate stuff. I was being sent out to shoot education pieces in LA, and I was going all over the place. I had gone to LA in November 2019, and when we came back, I got extremely sick.
Oh.
Right, I went to the hospital like twice in a 2 week period to the ER. Got X-rays done, and both times that I went, the doctors told me you have some kind of strange pneumonia. We don't know what it is.
Oh.
So I got better. This was November 2019. There was no talk of COVID
Yeah.
yet. Not, at least not for America. And so as the months went on by, I got sick again, and that's when COVID was like really being talked about. And I went to the ER again, and it was the same thing, but there was no test for COVID. So my boss at the time, he had told me, with everything happening in the news right now, they're saying that people that if you're sick, you should quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I went into quarantine early March of 2020, 2 weeks before Governor Newsom came out and he put the entire state on lockdown. So I went into quarantine 2 weeks before everyone else. Now I had recovered. I was fine like 2 days into my quarantine, but I was still doing, the 14-day quarantine. Since I was feeling better, I got kind of bored. I told my wife, you know what? I think I want to make cooking videos. And we went and we picked up a brisket, and I made my first cooking video, and I posted on YouTube. It did horrible. Pulled out all the lights, cameras, and stuff. I did it right, but it performed horrible. And the whole time that I was doing the YouTube videos, I was posting cat videos on TikTok. And one day I'm scrolling through TikTok, and I come across the food part of TikTok, and at the time, Dano seasoning was like the thing to use. Everybody was using it. So I thought, you know what, maybe I'll make some food TikTok videos. So I hit up this guy, Dano Seasoning, and I sent him one of my YouTube videos. Man, within 10 minutes, this guy, he had like 400,000 followers at the time. Hits me up within 10 minutes of me sending that message to him on Instagram. And he says, man, I just looked at your TikTok account, and looking at what you're doing on YouTube, you're missing an opportunity. You're doing this all wrong. And so I listened to him. He said, I want to give you some advice, and I think you'll be one of the most popular accounts on TikTok someday if you take my advice. So I had nothing to lose. I had nothing but cat videos on TikTok. So he gives me some advice. He tells me, delete all of your videos and start over. You got nothing to lose. And being that I had nothing to lose, I deleted all my TikTok videos, and I took his advice and I ran with it, and it worked. I started getting a lot more followers. I was getting more views. And then one day I posted a video of me cutting into a tomahawk. That night, I think I got like 60,000 followers. And from that point on, it's just been just an upward momentum. I'm just climbing every day.
Wow. Yeah. So like I'm staring at your TikTok account right now. Can you guess how many followers you have right now?
I think this morning it was at 888,000.
Yeah. So you're at 888.8 thousand. All straight eights.
Damn,
Yep.
I've grown 800 in the last few hours.
I'm still new to TikTok, man. So I'm still learning. Like I'm trying like yourself, right? You found that niche, right? And one thing that I feel like for me, because I got a full-time job, I'm working remotely on top of the side gigs I'm doing, right? So you could probably relate to that. How do you manage as far as, because from people that are looking, from the outside, you guys don't understand where it's not just putting the camera on and just you're chopping onion up. No. It's there's a process to this, and from shooting it to planning it, editing it, and putting it on TikTok. Walk us through that process, and how do you manage from video to video?
So my days are pretty easy going. I had a job up until September of 2020. I quit my job and decided, I was done with this documentary I was working on, and I was ready to start my own production company again. So in September 2020, I quit my job, started my own business, and I had noticed, with all the growth that I was getting on TikTok, and at the time when I quit my job, I think I was at 250,000 followers. I knew if I hit 250, I can hit 1 million. And in that process of going from 0 to 1 million, I'm going to make money working with so many different brands. I'm going to establish a brand, and I just need to take it a little more serious. So my business, I book clients to go shoot for them and do their projects. But Woodfire and Whiskey is also a client of my business. So I've made it to where all of this is kind of my job now, right? I run it all through my business. Now, for me, videos usually start with, I scroll through like For You page. I look on the internet, what's drool worthy. I read the comments. What are people telling me that I should make? From there, I start looking up different recipes that other people do. I take other people's recipes straight up, but I don't take them in a sense like if you had a recipe, I'm taking yours and I'm going to say it's mine. I don't do that. Yeah. I'll look at like 20 different recipes. How does everybody make pizza dough the same? Once I know how they all do it the same, I can start tweaking it, put my own spin on it from there. Now it's mine. So if somebody makes pizza dough and they just make it with flour, water, oil, yeast, and sugar and salt, well, now I'm going to add certain seasonings and spices to it. Now it's mine, right? Once I have that idea going, it's just time to turn the cameras on. I've had my kitchen set up since March. My kitchen is a hot set. You walk into my house and there's lights up, the sliders up, the tripods are up. Everything is just ready to go. It's all turnkey. But you turn on the cameras, you turn on each light one by one, make sure you got the right lighting, and then you just start shooting. You got to move your angle. So while you're cooking, you're constantly thinking of how am I going to shoot this next piece? How do I switch up the camera angle? How do I move it? Where do I move it to? What do I put in front of the camera for foreground? What's in my background? You got to think of all of that stuff at the same time. So it's a constant race of like multitasking and just trying to think of everything all in the moment, right? And then, for me, being a filmmaker and, since I've done this, I have a background of where I would do the same day edits for a wedding. So, the guys who go out, they shoot, they're bringing me their SD cards and CF cards the whole day. I'm editing on the spot. So I already have that skill to edit fast. So when I'm done shooting, within 30, 45 minutes, the video is going up on TikTok.
Boom, just like that. Yeah, so you have it where it's all set up and it's easy because, putting those lights up every day or what, it could get kind of, bearing a little bit, but you have it where it's like easy. Boom, you just get, you have the idea, you have the recipe, and you just, boom, it's already up. How frequent are you trying to put videos up? Are weekly or just when you have an idea?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day. It's a muscle now. It's a muscle I'm working out every day. Every morning I wake up, okay, what am I going to cook? What am I going to make? And because like I'm married, I have my family and everything. So I know like my lights and everything, it's all in the way, but they understand that this is how I'm making income now. And it's not just income from TikTok. It's income from brands. It's clients finding me on TikTok and saying, hey, I like the way you shoot, but I don't want anything to do with your following. I just want to hire you to do my stuff. Right. So they understand like it's a job now. If you're a single person, just leave your setup up. That way you have that ability to not worry about that part. You have it set up the way you like, a few minor tweaks whenever you turn it on, and then you could just get to work and push things out every day.
Oh man, that's dope. So I'm assuming wifey is not complaining at all, right?
Dude, she gets to eat something different every day. Like every day we have something different. No day is the same as the last. The only time it's similar is when I make pizzas and I have extra pizza dough. Then I'll put together a pepperoni pizza, but nothing is really ever the same.
Yeah, you know what? My wife just recently started making homemade pizza, and it hits different, man. I'm telling you, it's just man, there's nothing like it. Hey, are you a photographer, designer, artist, architect, model, musician, or even a makeup artist? You gotta check out Portfolio Box. With Portfolio Box, you're not forced to use any standard theme. You can use any style for any page and create a truly unique website that reflects you and your work. If you're a creative, it's a no-brainer. Get 50% off for 12 months on all plans with promo code ROD50. That's promo code ROD50. And check out portfoliobox.net today. So let's talk about as far as, you know, because you mentioned how, you know, you get other recipes, but you make it your own. But you have a unique style that kind of brings attention to your videos, you know, and having that cinematic kind of, you know, you have that experience and you bring your set, you know, you bring it, it's different. You see the video automatically, it's like you're already tuning in. Like, what else does he have? And I feel like you got that concept. Now, talk to us a little bit about as far as what's one of the maybe like the challenges when now like you have this, right? And now you mentioned that you're trying to do it every day, right? What's the challenge that now that you're in this space that you're trying to overcome?
So there's a lot of challenges that come with, you know, being in this space and trying to make something different every day. You know, today I had to shoot something very special, so today I won't be making content for TikTok. But the challenge that I face is being locked into being simple. Like, I'm not a chef. You know, I grew up in restaurants. I've worked the line before. I've ran restaurants as a manager. You know, but I'm not a chef. You know, I'm a cinematographer. You know,
Yeah.
so the challenge for me is, how do I keep leveling up? You know, I could stick myself in a niche of barbecue. I could stick myself in a niche of baking, or I could just try to do it all, which is what I'm doing now. And that, I think that makes it easier to overcome the challenge of being stuck in something that's too simple. Or he's the guy that uses his crock pot. He's the guy that only does, you know, 5 ingredient type stuff. Now I can branch out and do a multitude of things. I can do a bunch of different things and not be locked into, you know, just one style of cooking. Like, you got your barbecue guys on TikTok, you got your baking people on TikTok. You have those, and they stick to those niches. You know, I'm trying to branch out and cook every which way I can, no matter what the culture is, as long as I'm bringing respect to it, obviously. You know, so being able to branch out and try different things. I'm not just on the grill. I'm on the grill one day, I'm in the kitchen the next day. I'm in the kitchen the next day, but I'm not touching the stove. I'm using a crock pot. You know, I branch out and do these different things to keep myself from falling into a trap of looking like I'm too simple, because I'm not a chef. Now, the videos are always going to look pretty cool because my passion is in filmmaking, you know. But it does become a challenge, you know, trying to get to that next level of cooking. Like, it's not Master Chef being on TikTok, but
Yeah.
at some point, your plating has to be on that level of a Master Chef, right? At some point, you can't just pull a chuck roast out of a crock pot and be like, yeah, I made something. At some point, you got to make the hot sauce caviar. I don't know. You got to just go like crazy and do something different.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the point, right? Where that you're in this space and you're challenging yourself to become better, right? To get to that point. You might not be a chef, who knows? You might be a chef and, like, you know, you might have that Woodfire and whiskey cookbook out, right? Maybe you do already. I don't know. But, you know, talk to us. What's your favorite dish, you know, as far as, you know, if you had to choose one?
If I had to choose one dish, man, that's tough. I mean, if I had to choose one dish to just like cook for myself all the time, I would go
Something with jalapenos for sure.
absolutely. Jalapenos go in everything. You can't tell me otherwise. I actually have something special coming out pretty soon. I've been working on. It's going to be my own seasoning based around jalapenos. It's very different. Haven't seen anything like it, you know, locally. So you know, we'll see. But the one thing I think I can cook all the time is either tacos or pizza. You know, pizza, it's just so versatile. There's so many things you could do to it to keep it delicious, right? So
Oh yeah.
that's one of my favorite things to make. Pizza. It's easy for me. It's easy and quick, you know, and you could take it to so many different levels. You know, you could do so many different things with pizza dough. So I mean, that's what I would do.
Now, you know, we're gonna stick to that a little bit. Where one of your, I mean, I could be wrong, but one of your kind of popular, most like liked videos or viewed videos is the jalapeno Taki quesadilla. Man, where do you get that idea from, man? The whole, because I've been seeing some Taki features in there.
Yo, so I've never sponsored with Takis, never. I actually Takis are not even my favorite chip. I'm a hot Cheetos guy, but you know, with my growth on TikTok, the one video that grew my TikTok the most was when I cut into a tomahawk steak using somebody else's audio. That's what really blew up my account. The second the second time my account really took a leap forward was the day that I decided to cut open a pepper, put some cream cheese in it, and shove it with Takis and take a crunchy bite. That once when that happened, I realized something. Okay, this was popular. Maybe I should do it again because I was watching some of these dancers. Right, there's this one guy. I think his name is Joey Reed, but he always does this one weird dance, and he goes to different states and different places. He does the dance to the same song. It's the same dance every time. And I thought, why can't one of the cooks on TikTok do that? Okay, so next time I do the jalapeno and Takis, I'm just going to level it up. I'm going to shove a habanero inside the jalapeno. And I kept doing that. I kept recreating the videos and just leveling it up a little bit every single time until one day I realized there's no fucking way. Oh, I'm sorry. Can we cuss on this?
Oh, man, we could do it whatever we want,
okay.
Man.
Yeah, there's one day I was like, there's no fucking way that people are going to keep watching a Taki being shoved in a jalapeno. I got to do something different, right? So I'm looking at the bag of Takis, and I had a bag of Maseca on my counter, and it just hit me. I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn Takis into a quesadilla. I'm going to shove some jalapenos in it. I'm going to make it crunchy, and I'm going to take a bite. And when I made the video, I kid you not, I edited it. I thought, man, this video is cool, but this shit is cringy as fuck. My boy, Creative Explained on TikTok, he saw the video before everyone else. He was like, bro, you got to put this out. This is going to be viral. And I cringed so hard, but I went ahead and I posted it. Dude hit me up like 20 minutes after I posted. He goes, bro, you're getting like 10,000 views a minute right now. It was ridiculous. I think within the first hour, it had hit like 100,000 views in the first hour, and then just started climbing and climbing. At that moment, I knew, okay, we can take this Taki jalapeno cream cheese thing to so many different levels. And I kept doing that. I turned it into corn dogs. I turned it into pizza. I turned it into a stuffed waffle. I mean, I took it to so many different levels because every time I did it, my account would grow 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 every single time that I did it. Until now, one day then I made some birria tacos. And that took me to a new level.
Yeah, that's another one. I think it has 4.6 million.
Yeah. So I did it again. I did it twice. And then on that second time that I did it, I turned it into pizza. Then I turned it into ramen. And I took that same approach with the Taki jalapeno, and I used it with the tacos. And now I've done the same thing with pizza. And now I'm doing it with I made a French dip sandwich. And that, it got the same kind of love as the tacos, as the Takis and jalapenos. So now I'm slowly turning that into different things.
Yeah, I think, man, like the Takis, I think it's big with the kids because my niece, she eats a bag a day. Man, and I feel like she actually introduced me to TikTok when it first kind of started. But I think you got your audience. Talk to us about your audience. Where are they coming from? What's the demographic looking like?
So now my audience is mostly female. It's mostly women now. In the beginning, when I started doing like the Takis and the barbecue stuff, it was all male. It was a very young audience. When I made the tacos, my audience shifted. Now I had more adults.
The birria de res tacos.
Yeah. Once I made those, things just started climbing with the adults. And then I made the French dip sandwich, and I got, a bigger adult following. So I started to pay attention to, that, okay, I have more adults following me. And so I started making more food that I felt, adults were going to want to make rather than what kids are going to be impressed with. Because now it's not just the kids app.
Yeah.
Now we got every age group on TikTok.
Yeah.
So here we are now. a few weeks ago, I reposted my French dip sandwich and I switched up to the music, and somehow it became a thirst trap. And I had a bunch of ladies in my comment section, leaving me very nice messages, we'll say. And so I started, once I noticed that, I was like, okay, we need to capitalize on this a little bit. We need to thirst trap just a little bit. Let me say something sexy at the end. Let me add a purple light instead of the red light, stuff like that. And it absolutely worked. And now, like, if you look at my last 10 videos and just read through the comments, yeah, I'm definitely creating content for the ladies, mostly for the ladies.
And I mean, let me tell you this, man. The ladies love a man that can cook, and you're bringing out all the ladies out, man. So I mean, but the wife. I mean, I'm pretty sure she knows what's going on. So I mean, as long as you're cooking up, in the kitchen, I think you'll be good, man. But
yeah, she gets it. She reads all the comments and everything. It's she's very confident, so it's funny to her, just to read it and to. I mean, she looks at me and she's like, "Well, I'm the one that goes to bed with you at night. I'm the one that actually eats your food. I'm the one that'll smack your ass when you get out the shower." So,
Speaking of so on your live, you mentioned that your wife is from Nicaragua.
Yeah. Well, her family's from Nicaragua. She's born and raised in the United States.
Okay, yeah. I have a Central American background too. My mother is from El Salvador, so you probably saw that comment where I said, "What's up with the pupusas?" So when's that coming up?
Oh, so I made pupusas a few months back. I'm half Salvadorian.
Oh, okay.
My grandmother, she was from Usulutan.
Okay.
I'm Salvadorian and white. But yeah, I made pupusas. However, there was a podcast that I was on a few days ago, and the chef that I got to speak with, he gave me a great idea. He was like, "Bro, try to make pupusa sliders, but put the cordero on top, but maybe on another one make it Korean themed, and then on the next one make it Italian themed, and have like 3 different types of pupusas. Pupusa slider, you just grab in the palm of your hand, you just eat like that." Brilliant idea. So I definitely want to try that soon.
So what does it mean by Italian, or as far as the style, what?
I guess like kind of like having what is that? The bruschetta, like a bruschetta top.
Oh, okay.
On top of it, but like filling it with mozzarella and prosciutto. Just taking it to a whole new step, to a whole new, just a different level.
Oh man, I've never even like seen pupusa sliders or anything like that. There it is, right there.
It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to try to make. Today I made something pretty interesting. I wish I could talk more about it, but I had to step out of my comfort zone quite a bit to accomplish what we're doing. It'll be on TV in a few months.
Oh, it's gonna be. So it's not gonna be on your TV in your pocket. It's gonna be on the big TV.
Yeah, it's gonna be on actual television.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I saw a little bit on your story, but I guess it's a little little secret. So
yeah, I signed an NDA, so
Yeah.
Can't.
So what's the plan for Woodfire and whiskey the next couple the rest of the year? What's something you're cooking up?
Well, man, this has opened up so many doors, and it's just a blessing. I thank God every day for it, because I got a cookbook that's going to be coming out soon. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to that, so I've been telling people it was going to come out last week. It's going to be another week and a half. Just because certain things I just want it to feel like people are getting a good value from it, right? This will be my first one. It'll be an ebook. There'll be 18 recipes. It'll only be $4.99 on my website. You can download it.
I'll cop that.
But the next one, the next book, and I've already started writing for that one. That one's going to have 30 to 40 recipes, lots of pictures. It's going to be printed. I'm going to be developing a video course for social media. People want to make better videos for social media. What are the strategies that worked for me? What are the lighting techniques that have worked for me? How do you get your sound right? How do you edit right? So I'm going to create a course for anybody that wants to create content on social media.
Nice.
And then in addition to that, probably mid 2022, I'll be releasing a biography, kind of talking about my life. There's some incredible stories in there. being a breakdancer, growing up in Daly City, joining the military, working with, musicians in the past, my whole journey with TikTok, family committing suicide, losses and gains and drugs and
Man, you got
I mean,
man. I think you got movies all over there, man. You got the whole gamut.
yeah, and then there's a lot of people that can vouch for it too. So I think it'd be a very powerful story. Like in my book, in my biography, there's going to be sections that are other people's words of specific moments in my life. Very, very, very specific moments that changed me as a whole person. So I'm going to have other people, writing just little blurbs within my book.
Nice. And speaking of your book, now, do you have a title for it, or can I take a guess?
For my cookbook?
Yes.
You can take a guess if you want. This is so good.
Oh, okay. So it's not your the obvious answer.
No, it's this one is going to be called "This Is So Good," but the next one is going to be "Woodfire and Whiskey."
Oh, okay. How'd you come up with that name?
So sitting by a fire and having a little whiskey, a little bourbon is one of my favorite things to do. In the beginning, I had planned on, okay, I'm going to make everything over a wood fire. I'm always going to try a new bottle of whiskey or bourbon and give my opinion on it. That's where I was going to take it. But things just kind of evolved, looking at what people actually respond to from what I create. I move in that direction. But woodfire and whiskey, it's just like the two things that I enjoy. As a kid, we'd go out to the beach and have bonfires and just drink and hang out for hours up until the morning. Those were some real good memories that I had. So like just sitting out by a campfire, by a bonfire, having a drink with some friends, those are beautiful life moments right there.
Yeah, man, I feel you on that one, man. Every day, especially, it's been tough the last couple months and, especially the year. So, when you wake up every day, Marco, what inspires you to get up every day?
Everybody that's decided to follow me, now that I have all these friends online, right?
Yeah.
All these people that are cheering me on, I want to cheer them on too by giving them the stuff that entertains them. So just knowing that I'm entertaining so many different people, and that my family gets to eat from that, that keeps me extremely motivated. God has given me this beautiful opportunity to be able to create and use my brain to create something for my family, create entertainment for people that are just sitting there on their phones scrolling away. And for some people, I guess my videos have inspired them to start cooking. So, just thinking of all of that, I mean, it's everybody that's decided to follow me. They inspire the hell out of me every day.
There it is, man. Hey, man, I'm a big fan, man. So just keep on going, and I'll be looking forward to what else you'll be cooking, man. Because you make those things look like you just want to start cooking ASAP, man.
Hell yeah.
So where can everybody find you if they haven't even found you yet? Social media.
So on TikTok, it's Woodfire and Whiskey. On Instagram, it's Woodfire_whiskey. On YouTube, it's Woodfire and Whiskey. I couldn't get Woodfire and Whiskey on Instagram because somebody already had it. I reached out to the guy and he was like, nah, I'm not letting you have my name. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm going to use an underscore then. I'm still going to get it, So that's where you can find me. I also have a website, woodfirewhiskey.com.
Perfect. Marco, thanks for stopping by, man. And, we'll be watching your TikToks, man.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you, bro. It's been fun.
Yeah, man. We'll probably collab on some sort of filmmaking, man. You're like a couple miles away, man. So we'll see.
Hey, let's do it. I'll be visiting SoCal this summer, so I'm pretty sure there'll be opportunities for us to connect and collab.
Perfect, man. And keep on pushing those videos, man. We all love them.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, man. Stay locked in.
Have a good one.
And don't forget to subscribe and check out the latest episode on the website. Follow us on social media at Hardwood Rod. And don't forget, every Tuesday we got the latest and greatest. So stay locked in. Would you like to be on the podcast? Got something to talk about? Make sure to head over to the website at hardwoodrod.com. Leave your name and the topic you'd like to discuss, and I'll add you to the calendar.